Welcome back to Everything Panthers. I'm your host, Justin Arenburg. Now, before we get to the news today, we just want to congratulate Keith Johnson on winning last week's Gold Rush draw and taking home a whopping $5,200. Congratulations to Keith, and we want to remind you, all you have to do to play Gold Rush is download the UPI Panthers app today. Now let's get to the news. First, let's talk basketball. Both our women's and men's teams only played one game this week, and it was against the UMB Reds. Both games were a thriller, mind you. First, the women took down the Reds by a score of 73-64. Both Rainfords were a huge factor in the win. It was also the women's Shoot for the Cure night in which they raised over $2,500, so congratulations to the women's team. Now on the men's side, it was the lowest scoring basketball game I've ever seen in AUS history. The UPI Panthers only took down the UMB Reds by a score of 49-48, thanks to Elijah Miller's clutch free throw shooting once again, shooting 3 for 3 from the line in the clutch. Norm Burry, on the other hand, did not make his clutch free throws, and that was the reason the UPI Panthers won. Now looking at hockey, the UPI men's hockey team struggled this weekend as they lost to St. Mary's on Friday night on home ice, actually the Eastlink Center, 5-2, and then Saturday night, alumni night, against the Acadia Axemen, 3-2. Even though it was a struggle for the Panthers, they still only sit 2 points back of St. Mary's for the second place in the AUS standings for that ever-crucial first-round bye. Now on the women's side, even though they got their 7-game win streak snapped Wednesday night against the St. FX X-Women, and then they lost Friday night against the UMB Reds 4-1, they turned it around and got a big road win Saturday night against the St. Thomas Tommies 3-0. Second-year forward McKinley Nelson was in on the action yet again, getting a goal and an assist, and is on fire in the second half, scoring 10 points in total, 6 goals in 9 games. So, for the first ever edition of 5 questions, we're welcoming to the set McKinley Nelson. All right, McKinley, you're the first ever Panther to come on this show. How does it feel to be the first one on this high-budget set?
It's definitely an honor, for sure.
Now, the way it's going to work is I'm just going to ask you 5 quick questions, and you're just going to answer in point form. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so the first one is, what's your pregame music song?
She Needed Me by T-Pain.
And why is that?
Gets Ori and I fired up.
What does a post-win celebration look like for you?
We usually get into the room and start playing Moni Moni.
And what is the best study break place on PEI?
Fox and Crow.
And why is that? What's the best thing to eat at the Fox and Crow? I should say?
Probably their Bang Bang chicken tendies.
Now, when you're talking about your mother's home-style cooking or the Gohan house, which is better?
Mom's cooking for sure.
And why is that?
Our homemade lasagna is pretty unbeatable.
And finally, why is it that your celebration is just hands in the air, basically?
I never know what to do, so it's always just natural.
Well, you've scored 6 times in your last 9 games. I mean, does that mean like you got to come up with a celebration soon?
No, I don't think so. I think hands in the air forever.
Hands in the air forever?
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here, folks. That's 5 questions on Everything Panthers with UPEI women's hockey star McKinley Nelson. Now looking ahead to this week, the women's and men's basketball team play 2 crucial 4-point games Friday and Saturday night. First against St. Mary's and second against Dalhousie. It will also be their senior night, so we must pack the gym. We hope to see you there. Now the women's hockey team will be Road Warriors, and the men's hockey team will be on the road Wednesday night and then back home Friday night to play St. FX in a must-win game. That's Everything Panthers, and see you at the game.